The thing that confused me is I thought the fucking owl was Malfurion.
Who?
Malfurion?
Damn it, Jim. Who?
Malfurion.
Who?
Oh, fuck you. It's an owl joke. I hate you.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody, to your regular scheduled episode of Server Restart In. It's your weekly World of Warcraft podcast with your favorite three opinionated players who get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game.
That's optimistic.
My name is Jim, joined by Kristen.
Hi.
And Brian.
Hello.
And
wow.
It's been a few weeks since we've gotten together to put some thoughts down.
Has it really?
Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks.
No, but I mean,
that we had vacations. We had, we were just coming off of our instance interlude episodes where we went through the Frozen Halls and then ICC. And
Which was awesome with dead babies.
Yeah.
That's right, the dead babies.
Yeah.
I forgot about the dead babies.
That was me. It just kept going. I didn't actually think about saying that before it came out. So
before it came out.
But yeah, so we're back to talk about stuff, and actually quite a bit of things have happened. The world first race finished, and I believe Echo won.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went for 2 weeks.
You say
It was,
Echo?
Echo one, yeah.
Echo?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I believe. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's interesting because Limit was in the lead for a lot of it, and then that
technically it's Liquid.
Liquid. Was in the lead for a lot of it, and then just right at the end, it started taking its toll on them. I don't blame them.
I do want to talk about. But the top guilds, the first was Echo. Let's see. Echo Method, Skyline, which is a Chinese guild, SK Pieces, which is the EU guild, and then Liquid
Method
was 5th.
got second, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Liquid didn't come until 5th.
Well, yeah, because they they stopped after Echo had it. They stopped for the night, and then they flew back home. So they weren't.
I did too.
Yeah, they weren't. So they stopped on that Saturday night. They were flying back home on that Sunday, and they weren't picking up until Monday. So that completely makes sense because other guilds just kept going and didn't have to, fly back home and get back, So yeah.
So that brings up something I wanted to talk about, and that has to do with I saw some tweets or something about that. About how these people were rating these insane schedules and all that stuff. And how it, Blizzard really needs to rethink how they design their raids and all that stuff because they're putting these people's health and stuff at risk and all that stuff and how it's different this time because they weren't, there wasn't the quarantine and all that stuff. And I think that is complete and utter horseshit.
I was going to say, but they're not the ones doing it. That's a community-driven thing, and what they need to do is if they're going to do that as a community, they need to set some rules, ground rules, and say, all right, look, we're not going to start this until it drops in all places, and then everybody starts at the same time, and then everybody, or reads the same amount of hours. You know what I mean? So
some of them real companies now anyways making money and all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, right? Is you're going to have a if you had a community get together and they decided some ground rules that they were all going to honor and all that stuff, you'd have the people that aren't a part of that come in and just work at it nonstop until they get it done and then beat everybody and claim it and all that other stuff, So it's just just the gall though to sit there and say Blizzard needs to do this. How dare Blizzard put these people in this position? It's like Blizzard didn't do anything. This is not a, company sanctioned event. This isn't the MDI. This isn't any type of PvP arena season. This is something that the community has taken upon themselves to do. Sure, they put the achievements in there, but they don't dictate anything else about it. And so these people choose to do this. And I don't think that they need to. I think the fact that they need to. Blizzard focused on designing a raid that would be challenging to do and wouldn't be easy, and tried to make interesting encounters. And I think that they should do that. I've liked this raid. I've liked the fights in this raid. Now, granted, we're only raiding normal, and I'm sure there's a lot more mechanics that are a lot more difficult going on, when you get to the higher difficulties. But I don't think that as a company that the team that designs these types of engagements should hold back because you have a small subset of your players that go at it like 110%. Yeah. That's on them. They're grown ass fucking adults. They can make their own goddamn decisions and not choose to be idiots about it and put themselves at health risks.
Yeah.
End rant. I don't know.
That is the problem. To me, I'm sorry. That's the problem with competition in, you know what I mean? Anything where there's not some sort of set of rules. You know what I mean?
And that's why most competitive sports and most competitive things have rules.
Yes.
Right? That's why those things exist. That's why sports leagues do have rules. That's why they don't allow a lot of people to juice. Steroids are illegal because they pose health risks. If they find somebody's doing something that's, extreme or dangerous, they either put rules in it to negate it or whatever. It's just like, when fucking Lance Armstrong was doping, right? He lost all his shit because now whether or not what he was doing was a health risk or dangerous, it did give him an unfair advantage because other people were not doing it. And so,
then why didn't everybody else just do it then, Jim?
Because I don't know. I don't get why people feel the need to blame Blizzard for that. It's just like, get off your fucking high horse. It's like they want to design stuff that they feel.
The only reason that I would blame them is because it's the only thing entertaining for just a little bit.
Then, you know what I mean? But okay. So if that's the case, if people want something like that, they need, if they decide to make this like a Blizzard sanctioned event, right? What they should do is have registration for it. You register a team, you copy your character.
But like the Mythic Dungeon thing, right? Isn't that what they do anyways? Don't they control that?
I think they ruined the MDI though.
I don't know. I haven't watched anything about it, but if
was it ever good anyways?
Nobody watches it. I think that's the problem.
But if you were to set things up so that you gave everybody the same,
right? I agree.
The same starting point, not letting them do all these split runs where they're farming gear and spending. They spent something stupid.
Oh yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah,
tens of
let's
thousands
consider
of dollars.
The fact that it's not even possible for so many guilds to even be on the same playing field.
Yeah.
As that.
Right.
And that's total bullshit. Nobody should be getting a four-piece tier set that quickly at all.
Yeah. I just got 2 now, and one of them is an LFR piece.
But that's exactly it. Is that it shouldn't be something that, because it's almost pay to win. Now, granted, all they get is a fucking title and some clout, right? But technically, it kind of is pay to win. And all these people are making these payments, right?
I'm about to say, not to mention that they're using it, for advertising and everything else? That's how they're getting their funding to do these things anyways?
Sure. Yeah, they're making money off of somebody, off of Blizzard. But, and Blizzard's not getting a cut of it, but, I don't think they need a cut of it. But they're okay with them doing that, and that's fine. But to just come around and say that they need to make it so that it's like, I'd rather it be something that takes a couple weeks to do. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be something that they can go in and do in a reset. You know what I mean? It shouldn't take 3 or 4 days.
The only thing that annoyed me was having to wait to see the end of the jailer.
Oh, like the mythic?
Which that wasn't mythic necessarily, I don't guess. But...
Oh, well, yeah, there was a mythic phase, and I don't know exactly what happens. He gets a shield or something like that, but like
really?
Yeah, he like uses Azurite to generate like a life shield or something like that of like 6 million hit points.
I thought you meant like he brought up this freaking transformer shield or something.
That would be fucking cool. But let's see. So what else has happened? Because that just
end of the
I'm done talking about that shit because that shit just pisses me off.
End of the story.
Yeah. So we had
what pissed you off, Jim? The mythic.
Yeah, the raid first stuff. It's
World
just
first.
It's getting me heated.
Does that really make you mad?
No, just
how they're better than you, Jim.
They're so much better.
I choose not to play at that level because I like to enjoy my time.
Oh no!
I have a real job.
Honey.
Oh,
honey.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But
tier set bonuses fired.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are.
What were we gonna say? Oh yeah, the epilogue to the story quest, or to the story of Shadowlands occurred. Did you do it, Brian? The story stuff that came out this week?
It's just cutscenes, basically.
I haven't finished it yet.
It's just basically cutscenes.
So, but you did watch the cutscenes and all that stuff? Like, basically, this is spoiler territory for people that haven't done it yet, because maybe somebody hasn't. It's been out for a couple days. You know, it doesn't take long to do. But,
yeah.
So if you don't want to know, don't listen. But, you know, basically...
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
You don't get to
give people
you gotta
the
listen.
opportunity.
You got to listen, Brian.
You got to give people the opportunity to be able to turn it off, so that way they have time to. You can't just say don't listen and then go right into the spoiler thing. You gotta.
Yeah, here we'll give you 2 minutes to find out that Sylvanas dies. Go ahead.
She doesn't die.
So
she's already dead.
She's undead. Thank you very much. So yes. So basically, everything's done, and now it's time for the Sylvanas to be judged. So they initially take her to the Arbiter, which Pelagos becomes the Arbiter. He gets, his gold wings or whatever, which that was
golden body.
Golden body. He's got wings.
Is he wearing the crown of wills?
He was not. I think they took it to him later.
It looks just like it, though.
No, he is. They take it to him later. He doesn't initially have it. They take it to him afterwards. But that part was pretty neat when you're trying to create the new Arbiter, and then like Argus shows up, and you find out that yes, it was Argus that broke the Arbiter, like we talked about months and months ago. That red streak coming in, about how the Legion through the Dreadlords were pumping Argus full of death energy so that he would come to the Arbiter and break the Arbiter and all that stuff, because they were going to put the Arbiter, or they were going to put Argus in charge of all that stuff or something. He was basically the catalyst for everything breaking down and starting. So that was pretty fun. That was pretty neat to do that little fight. I mean, it was stupid, but it was neat. Anyway, so you walk with Uther and Sylvanas. You go up. She submits herself for judgment, and she's like, yeah, go ahead and let Tyrande give me my judgment. Which I will say, these in-game cutscenes... That was
actually pretty cool.
Yes, that was a very good choice, writing style and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It worked. I mean, it was good. I mean, and it makes sense, too, because she's come to terms with the fact of what she did, the fact that, she's basically...
the bad guy.
Yeah, and she's not who that person was anymore because her soul's been, fixed or whatever. So I just have to accept it. But those cutscenes
they were really good.
Damn good.
Yeah, they were really good.
Well, yeah.
It's like, and it wasn't like, Garrosh in You know,
Yeah.
they did a really good job with these cutscenes,
Yeah,
and it's
they
just
did.
like you really could feel Tyrande just seething,
Oh, yeah.
like just this hatred and all that
Oh,
stuff.
I'm sure that's what you were locked in on, Jim.
I mean, I didn't even realize she was in the scene till I went back and watched it again. You know, you got old Blue Eyes there that,
Old Blue Eyes. Oh,
or I guess
my
new
God.
Blue Eyes, old
Yeah.
Blue Eyes that are now new Blue Eyes because they were Red Eyes. I don't know.
God. Oh no.
So yeah, so they do that, and she takes her in and basically gives her punishment, which is to scour the maw and find all the souls that she sent there that are still around, because obviously not all of them are around, you know.
Well, we've gotten some of them, right?
Well, yeah, you
'Cause-
guys have,
yeah.
or Night Fae have, because they go back, and that's one of like their.
No, you had to go get things too, because I just did it in the.
You get the reclaimed souls,
We all kind of sucked a few in Torias quite a bit.
we're vacuum cleaners.
but I'm gonna say Night Fae though have a special quest on there to find Teldrassil souls.
well, sure.
Right. But anyway, so she sends Sylvanas down basically to find them all and send them to the Arbiter so they can actually get like their just or get like judged appropriately and actually have a chance at the afterlife and all that stuff. And so, yeah, she just jumps down into the maw with an owl. And I saw a really funny tweet that was like, "Oh, great, Blizzard, you just give Sylvanas a quest and a pet."
She is a ranger.
Yeah.
So, right?
But so it will be interesting, and it was pretty neat that Sylvanas had several different like right before you talk to Tyrande to kick off that cutscene or whatever, she has several different text options. She has one for the Alliance, one for the Rebels, and then one for the Loyalist.
Yeah.
Jim so
is
like if
very
you
excited.
if you supported her throughout all of BFA and all that stuff, you get a different text.
Yeah.
A different little thing. It's not much, she's just like,
Dumbass, what were you thinking?
no, she's like, even when I did shit wrong, you still supported me. So like if I ever get to a point where I need assistance, I know I can count on you kind of thing. And I'm like, of course you can.
Of course you can. You're my waifu.
Yeah. But the thing that confused me is I thought the fucking owl was Malfurion. Or was he an
No.
Malfurion? I thought didn't he fly around in
Damn it, Jim.
the Dark Shore stuff as
Who?
Malfurion.
Who?
Oh, fuck you. It's an owl joke. I hate you.
Oh,
I missed
a little
you,
bit of
Brian.
echo in there too. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I thought that doesn't he turn into an owl like in the Dark Shore cinematics?
I mean, but that wasn't him.
I know that wasn't him, but I thought it was. I don't know.
No.
Because the owl's there when she kills
It's his spirit
Nathaniel.
I mean, just
animal,
because-
the owlbear.
He can turn into an owl doesn't mean that other people can't.
Why does she have a pet owl? She's a fucking priest anyway.
She's not a pet owl. Well, she
A companion?
Wasn't that the Legion out though? Didn't they get owls for priests?
Huh?
They
Owl-
did,
owl
the
birds.
mount.
Owl,
Yeah,
well,
they
owl
did.
is a bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
owlbirds.
That was owl.
Yeah,
owl
and
bird.
like an owl griffin. It's like a griffin with an owl face. So it has 4 legs.
Ow.
The priest mount, yeah.
Ow.
Stop it. Anyway, I've seen a lot of commentary on it back and forth about the ending and all that stuff. I personally think it's a rather fitting end. I think it's a decent way to tie up the character without killing it off, without making her the jailer, so she doesn't go the way of
The jailer.
I think
Illidan.
that sounds like a great idea.
what?
What?
What did you say? Killing her is a great idea?
No, you said making her the jailer. I said that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that it gives her a chance to work off all her bad karma since she's not. I really want to know. I haven't gone down into the mall yet. I really want to know if you can go out and just find her out there sometimes, just like collecting souls and stuff. Cause that'd be kind of neat.
It would be really cool if they had an end of the expansion version of the mall that you could go into. One that's like eased off and like, less mall shit going on.
Yeah, I mean his forces should be kind of dwindling at this point because we did kill a lot of them. I don't know. But I think that I feel that it went a lot better than people were expecting. Because she wasn't just absolved of everything, right? It wasn't just like, oh well, you're whole again and you didn't know what you were doing and you get a free pass. They didn't do that. They didn't just obliterate her and just destroy her and get rid of her. She's working off her karmic debt, so to speak. And so, that leaves the door open for her coming back in the future or for, just anything. So it's good. It's like, because that's a good character that you don't really want to get rid of. She's been around forever.
Or Thanos.
And that's another thing,
what
too.
What has happened to him?
We have no fucking clue. And I'm upset. Unless it's in...
Sylvanas.
Unless there's something in the book.
Yeah,
Sylvanas.
we just bought the book. Jim got the hardcover and I bought the digital because
it's out?
Yes, it's out. Go buy it.
Go buy it.
It came out a little bit ago.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I know. We'll talk about
I'm
it
gonna
next
read
week
it
or the week
after. Yeah, I'm gonna read it after. Once we finish the podcast, I'm gonna start reading it.
Because there are some stuff. So a few things happen after the epilogue. Darian Mograine tells Bolvar to go take some time off and spend with his daughter. The Ebon Knights are going to keep the Scourge at bay and keep anyone from trying to gain power. Nobody
at bay.
Yeah, they act like we can't just go wipe them out. But
what?
Well, they talk.
What's the threat?
And they explain that the undead are going to be vying for power because the Frozen Throne's going to be empty because there's no Lich King and all that stuff. So basically, you're going to have a bunch of undead warlords. So you could have the Anubarak or any of the whatever that race is. I can't think of that fucking race. Nerubians. Yeah,
Nerubian. Yes.
You have those guys. You have liches that are still out there and all that stuff that could build up power and all that stuff. So undeath isn't going to necessarily go away, but we could totally fucking kill them.
Oh my god, can we talk about how good the Incubuses look?
No.
Yes. So I was talking to somebody in our guild and I was like, hey, are the Incubuses out yet? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, let me get on my warlock and see. And so when you go to summon your succubus, you summon her and she gives you a quest and sends you to, Horde, so somewhere in, Orgrimmar. And then to a warlock dude, and he's like, pick who you want to summon. Do you want to summon a succubus? Do you want to summon an incubus? Or I guess you can do either or you can do
be
both.
Random.
But I just wanted an incubus. And oh my god, he looks so good. I'm like, why have they not done this sooner? I just want to run around with my incubus. Holy crap, he looks cool. I kind of wish I could use his model instead of my blueberry, but still get the benefits of the blueberry because he looks so good. I'm like, man, this is amazing. So yeah, TLDR, incubuses look amazing. Jim's just...
It's a very high quality model.
It looks really good.
It's not to my taste, but it's just,
and it's not wait, hold on. Words inclusive. It's not inclusive.
But
where are the fat dudes at? The fat.
Oh yeah,
I mean, where's fat succubuses at? I mean, it's both.
Exactly.
It works both ways.
Exactly.
But yes, all the way around.
Wait. Yeah. So they're supposed to be demons, right? They're not humans. So maybe there aren't any fat demons. You know what I mean?
I mean, I
And
don't
they're
know.
also
Then when is that fucking dude working out so fucking much? Because he's got like 16-pack abs.
Did you see the picture I put up in general chat? Like that dude, he's got a butt. Let me tell you, he has got a butt.
Hold on, let me go see the butt.
Scroll up past my penis post.
Okay, I see the penis. All right.
and one of the people like it looks good. They really did a really good job.
It's a good.
Yeah, that's true. Did they update the succubus as well then? Or has it been updated?
It's been updated.
It's been updated,
but it was a long time ago.
We had a
discussion
about this because I'm like, they've already added clothing to the succubus because it used to wear a bikini and now it kind of wears.
And
like
I was
a corset.
like, no, it never wore a bikini.
They
and
updated
I was wrong.
They updated that model in patch 1.4.
But yeah,
so that long ago. Now they have changed it to be higher quality because the current succubus does not look like the ones from like vanilla in BC and all that stuff. They have updated because they did update all the demon models, except maybe the Felpup. That one might not be as updated, but they did update them all.
This dude is some straight up bondage shit. Holy cow!
Yeah, he looks phenomenal. Like I think that it looks really like his legs, and I'm not just talking about like they look like muscular. I'm talking about like the textures, like on the skin,
really cool.
like that, right? It looks very cool.
It's a very high quality model.
Yeah,
it is.
It'd be cool if they let you like put armor on your minions.
Honestly,
Like
they should do that for anything. They should do that for demons.
Yeah, well, that's what
do that for hunter pets. You should be able to put, even if it's just cosmetic.
Necromancers in EverQuest could. What did they do? I think you would summon a skeleton, and then you could trade it a weapon, and it would use that weapon. It's the coolest fucking thing in the world. That game came out like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I do think that warlocks and hunters, any of the pet classes, should be able to customize anything that can summon it. Even Death Knights. Anything that's a pet class.
Oh my gosh. Hunter with wolves, but with Lich King helmets? I would totally do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you just had, even if it was just cosmetic, right? It would just be another thing that you could go spend time in the game doing, finding, patterns or finding, appearances for it, and just customize. It's just that much more customized. I was so pissed today. I forgot today. I forgot today was April Fool's Day. and I see a post on Twitter, and somebody did a fantastic job making it look like they were on the PTR, and it was the character customization screen. And they're like, they added Dark Ranger appearances for elves, where you can give them the red eyes and the pale skin and the white hair, and like it fucking looked real. And I was just like, that's fucking cool. But that's not what it was.
Yeah, they got you.
Apparently there is going to be, and I think it's going to be in 925, another quest for Blood Elves, like afterwards, that deals with like Lorthamar and all that stuff. And it's going to end with, I don't know if like regular Blood Elves will get it, but I think Blood Elf Paladins are going to be able to get like Blood Knight transmogs for like, like the Blood Elf Paladin.
Finally.
Yeah. So
you could get the helmet back in BC as like a green item or something like that before you got level 70. But it was so like everything else in BC was completely out of place.
Yeah.
Everybody looked terrible.
But
everybody looked terrible.
This is, I think, on the PTR, maybe. I don't know if this is confirmed, but it was enough of an incentive that I went and made a Blood Elf Paladin and started leveling a Blood Elf Paladin so I could do that. Just because cool. I want to go see the story stuff, You've
never done one before?
Not Blood Elf. My Blood Elf is a hunter, and my Paladin is a Tauren. I don't think I made a Paladin until Taurens could be Paladins.
The Paladin stuff was cool, because I think isn't it the one where they're siphoning energy from,
initially it was the Naru that gave them
the
the
Naru,
powers.
yes.
And then
Yeah.
it,
they had the area underneath the training people
yes.
for paladins. It had
Yes.
like a dark one or something. I don't remember.
No,
Sorry.
that's the one that's in. Oh, did you hit your funny bone? Haha, April Fools. No, that's the one. Isn't that the one that's in the raid? Sunwell?
Maybe it is. I know
No,
there's
I
one
think
in
it's
the
there.
quest line too.
Yeah, I
though.
think it's the same one.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think it is. It gets out and you have to fight it, and that's the one that's got like the phases, which is kind of reminiscent of the Naru life cycle from light to shadow and all that stuff. There are some interesting follow-up quest lines, not quest line, but dialogues, I guess. Greymane and Lorthamar have a conversation that, and it basically paints Greymane to still be a dick that hates the Horde.
Well,
which I get, I guess, but also Anduin decides he's staying in Shadowlands for a while.
I still haven't seen that. I didn't find it anywhere.
It could be I don't know. It could be an Alliance thing. I've got it on Wowhead. I've read through it.
I read something about it too because it was like him catching up with Sylvanas or something like that.
It's Lorthamar.
In the Maw.
No, it's after she goes into the Maw, and it's Lorthamar and Greymane have like a little conversation, and he's like, yeah, she's not the hero that, the Banshee wasn't the hero, and he's like, yet you still followed her, blah blah blah, and he just like walks away. But there's another thing too where Greymane is talking to Anduin. It's like, okay, well, it's like, hey, I know your shit kind of sucked, but let's get back to Stormwind. Everybody still believes in you. You're, super tough for getting through all that stuff. It's like, yeah, no, I'm going to stay here for a while. Terrellian's going to take over while I guess, sort through my personal demons kind of thing. And so, which is funny because it brings to...
Sets up the light versus dark
It
thing.
does, because they specifically mention a line from Il'gynoth.
Oh.
Yes. So one of the lines from Il'gynoth.
Is it the Boy King one?
Nope.
Or?
It says, the Golden One claims a vacant throne. The crown of light will bring only darkness. So they're setting up a light versus dark.
They are setting up
whether
light
it happens
dark.
in the next expansion or not, I don't know.
Because dragons. We
Yes,
need
we need
dragons.
dragons. But
wait, when is that getting
his
announced?
girlfriend or wife or whatever is like
days.
the shadow elf or void elf, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, his wife.
that makes total sense. And he's like 1 billion years old, isn't he?
1,000 years. I think
They're all-
1,000 or
Yeah.
10,000 years, however long the Light War was. But anyway, and there's also like some vague mention, I think, in the book about Anduin meeting up with Sylvanas in the Maw afterwards. I haven't.
Maybe that's what I
I
might have
haven't.
been what I wrote.
I haven't read anything about that because I'll find that out when I read the book. But
Yeah. No, it was a glance. I glanced at stuff, I think, when I was skimming, and then I saw something like that. So,
yeah,
but I just ordered the book, and it's going to be here on Sunday.
Yeah.
ours is too.
Friday.
Well,
Sorry to break the immersion podcast.
My Kindle one is here now, so I'm going to read it after this.
But yeah, so we've all gone through or potentially have. There was an article on Wowhead, and it was a theory, and it's kind of left or kind of out in left field, but it's a theory about who the real jailer is, and how it's not Zoval, but it is in fact
Slim Shady.
yes.
Slim Shady.
And if he would just stand up, we could get this over with. But, two Mothsworn go around the outside? I don't know.
Ah.
Around the outside. Around the outside.
I don't listen to it. No, that the Primus is the jailer. And they talk about, and like the points they make, just, you read it and you're like, that makes an insane amount of sense. Because the way they describe...
Dude, crazy, yes.
the way the Primus is described in game is a master tactician who knows how to win and knows that when to lose, right? Because he doesn't always win. he doesn't always win every combat. He knows, one, that's not possible, and two, that you can still learn things from failure, and that he's a strategist. Go ahead.
I was going to say, as evidenced by the fact that he was in the maw, so he knows when to lose.
Right. Well, and that's just it. It's just like he's supposed to be the ultimate military mastermind. I mean, he embodies all the houses in Maldraxxus, including spies, including sabotage, all that shit, might, strength, martial prowess, all that stuff. Like, he is the embodiment of all of that. So the fact that he got caught and was in the maw and was hidden there doesn't necessarily seem to fit.
Right.
Especially when you start bringing in the fact that he created domination magic or the domination language or whatever. And they point to the reference or the cinematic where Zolval's being locked up. The only person you don't actually see is the Primus. You just see his shadow over Zolval, and it's the last. And they posit that this is the last point in Zolval's memory where he is cognizant and not under domination, right? Because if you take his sentence that he starts there, it's like, cosmos divided cannot survive. And then as he's dying, he finishes the sentence, what is to come. It's almost like his brain was like frozen in that time before domination, and he finished the sentence as he died. They also point to the fact that if you look at how Anduin's armor dissipated, when he broke free of domination, it disintegrated into smoke. Same thing happened to the jailer when he's defeated. He's got. So let's see. And so they talk about.
They made a good point too. It looks like the Primus is wearing a mask.
Oh, like the horns and stuff on him?
Yeah, if you look at his face. His model compared to, like, I think his statue or something. Which is funny because I always kind of like from far away, it looks like he's kind of wearing a mask because his horns go over his face.
Yeah. They also talk about how Zolval started to break free of the domination magic. So they posit that that's the reason he allowed himself to be caught by the jailer and in prison, was to keep an eye on him so that he couldn't get out and do whatever and tell them what he did. Blow everything wide open because nobody else really knew. There's also speculation that they speculate that the Primus, Denathrius, and Zolval were all in it together, but Zolval wanted to do something different, and they didn't want to do that, which is when they made him a scapegoat or whatever. And it's just like they just go and all these things they point out. You look at this and you're just like, this is so goddamn. I mean, so goddamn in-depth.
It would be so perfect too, Like, it would be disappointing if this is how it ended, but then, reality is, it was all backwards from what we experienced.
Yeah.
But if this had been it the whole time, it'd be so juicy, dude. Man.
They talk about how the original, promo art or concept art of the jailer was a bearded wizard-like figure, which looks nothing like Zolval. But
Bald.
looks like the Primus.
Yep.
There's also when Sylvanas, in the announcement trailer for Shadowlands, Sylvanas smokes off and appears in front of a chained figure in the shadows whose armor doesn't look like the Primus's or Zolval's when he's thing. It looks like the rune carver, meaning that she's standing in front of the rune carver who's locked up, because at that point in time, Zolval wasn't chained. So, I mean, it's just there's all these little things that are probably just minor breaks in continuity.
Inconsistencies.
Yeah, they just don't line up right. So, it's like it just leaves it open for the stuff. But what if that's really what it is? That's gonna
Would be awesome.
It would be awesome, but you'd have so many people who would just lose their fucking mind. I can't believe they did that. No,
The same people that lose their mind over something anyway. So
no, I know, but I think that would be a fantastic way to end the fucking story, or to go along, because he's still there. The Primus is out and about and free, right? It's so if that's the case, then we haven't really defeated the jailer, because he technically put Zolval in jail, so he's technically really the jailer. I don't know.
and Pelagos is next. Gonna rip that thing right out of his chest.
Well, yeah, and like the Crown of Wills, it's like, okay, you're gonna put something on your head that this guy made. Because he made all the Morn blades. He made the Frostmourne. He made the Crown of, whatever it's not the Crown of Wills. It's the new thing. What's the fucking Lich King crown called?
Helm of Domination.
Yeah, the helm. He made the Helm of Domination. Obviously because he created domination magic. It's like, unless Zolval made him do it after he was the rune carver kind of thing, but I don't know. I would like to live in a game world where this is the truth, because that would be, I think, infinitely more
Interesting.
Yes, interesting and just compelling, because here we go again. The players do things that they think is right, and it turns out that we did nothing but help the bad guy. And that, it's like, it makes you know better than Sylvanas.
Well, that's
point.
what they're suggesting anyways, even without this being true. The end of the Jailer's cinematic is literally doing the same damn thing anyways. But what will you do when blah, blah, blah goes wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, go make some weapons or something, so Thrall can throw them at people.
Yeah. Ajax. Some people were commenting, apparently his model in game shrank because he's only as tall as Anduin now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Or did Anduin get bigger?
I don't know.
Anduin's a big boy now.
God. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to go ahead and wrap things up. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We're glad to be back to our normal stuff. You can check us out at facebook.com/serverrestartin, or shoot us a tweet at server_restart. I remembered it all this time.
Tweet us.
Yay!
Yeah. And so, anyway, thank everybody for listening. Catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.